Hi there. Welcome to Apple World, Mr. Depp. In the event that Disney came to you with $300 million and 1 million alpacas, nothing on this planet would inspire you to return and work with Disney on a Privateers of the Caribbean film. That is valid. Mr. Rowland, who conceived Johnny Depp, clearly left the place of mouse rashly, yet in the event that the tales are anything to go by, he could be making a fabulous return. Yet, what are the requests that Disney needs to meet to have him back? Johnny Depp said during the preliminary that he wouldn't work with Disney again regardless of whether they offered him a $300 million check, since he felt the organization saw him as blameworthy until he demonstrated honesty. After the commentary that was composed by Golden Hard, as per Johnny, regardless of whether the organization at this point believed that anything should do with them, they ought to have offered him the chance to give his personality a legitimate farewell. Be that as it may, they just dropped him like a hot potato. Indeed, after the decision was made for Johnny, insiders began detailing that Disney was rethinking its choice. One insider let individuals know that it isn't reasonable that Johnny Depp will return as a star. However, they'd most likely cause Privateers 6 with Margot Robbie and afterward to have a Johnny Depp appearance. The insider, who assessed that the spin-off wouldn't probably be delivered until 2025 because of creation timetables, said, "I would think they make Robbie his girl and reasonable have an appearance with him as a test." Jerry Bruckheimer really affirmed in a meeting with the Sunday Times that Margot Robbie was examining the send-off of her own Privateers of the Caribbean film series, while one more piece of content is being chipped away at to reboot the fundamental series. While explaining that Robbie might star in only one of the two unique Privateers of the Caribbean extends he's chipping away at, he said, "Indeed, we're conversing with Margot Robbie. We are creating two Privateers scripts, one with her and one without." Concerning whether the subsequent content will incorporate Johnny, a previous Disney executive likewise said that Johnny would conceivably get back in the saddle and told individuals, "I totally accept post-decision that Privateers is prepared for rebooting with Johnny as Chief Jack back ready. There is simply an excess of potential film industry treasure for a dearest character profoundly inserted in the Disney culture." As a matter of fact, there was a sticker price put on Johnny's return, with sources detailing that Disney was at that point setting up a $301 million arrangement as a conventional expression of remorse and a solicitation for Johnny to return as Jack in the Privateers of the Caribbean establishment. An insider really said Disney is extremely keen on fixing up their relationship with Johnny Depp. They contacted the entertainer prior to his slander preliminary against Golden Hard and found out if he would be keen on returning for another Privateers film or two. "I know corporate sent him a gift crate with an exceptionally sincere letter, yet I'm uncertain of the way things were handled. Yet, everything I can say to you is that the studio has proactively written up a draft for a film about Jack Sparrow, so they are extremely confident that Johnny will excuse them and return as his notorious person." Concerning whether fans figure Johnny ought to return to Disney, one individual wrote that Disney doesn't merit Johnny Depp. "Disney needs Johnny in excess since we know Privateers of the Caribbean won't ever go back without Johnny as Jack Sparrow. Rather than spreading tales, Disney ought to openly apologize." Someone else composed, "They don't merit him by any stretch of the imagination. They were currently making 6 Privateers without him. In any case, presently he's so famous, they need him back. They can get going. He could make a film. 2 hours of him strolling around his home, and it would sell out from one side of the planet to the other. They're kicking themselves." Others said that Johnny ought to just settle on the condition that in the following Privateers film, the bad guy is a red-headed mermaid. Jack will transform into fish food. Others even said that he ought to request more cash, with one noticing he ought to request twofold that. Take the $602 million, do the film, and then, at that point, declare he'll not have anything more to do with Disney. Taking everything into account, he's yet to talk about working with Disney again. However, Johnny's agent denied the reports that Johnny will clasp hands with Disney right around 4 years after they cut attachments with him for a $301 million payday.